Hello? So, do you let self-doubt keep you from doing the things that you want to do? Like write a novel, finish a novel, draw, take pictures, whatever. Do you let self-doubt eat at you? I know I do. One of the reasons I started NaNoWriMo and have continued to do NaNoWriMo, even though the very first NaNoWriMo was a complete failure for me, was that self-doubt. I wanted to write a novel. It was my big dream. But I had let it go. I'd quit it. Left it alone, put it in the closet. And I decided I was done with that. I really wanted to do something that was important, that I had my heart set on it. And my husband has been very encouraging. He has been supportive completely. I have a writing room. Right now it's sort of a junk room because I can only do so much cleaning, and most of it's light cleaning because of the surgery. But soon enough it will be organized the rest of the way. And but anyway, I digress. One of the things about self-doubt is that if it's not perfect, you have a tendency, at least for me, to start all over again, or to redo it, or to quit it. And I can't do that. There isn't anything perfect. The first draft is going to be shit. I mean, it is. It's going to be shit. So, what do I do? I mean, what do you do? If you have suggestions or have tried things that work for you, please feel free to comment below. I know for me, I have changed things around. I was letting myself get discouraged, and I was having a hard time finishing any of the novels I started. I've done I don't know how many NaNoWriMos, and I had yet to finish a novel. So my goal for this year was to finish a novel. I have gotten to the point of being 50-60% of the way through, and just it was complete and utter crap according to that self-doubt person inside myself. And I just put it aside, and I have realized that I cannot keep doing that. November, I wrote 2 different novels, did not finish either of them, and am going to be working on one of the novels for April's Camp NaNoWriMo, but I am completely revamping. It's part of a series. I had the outline for the book. Whoa! Had the outline for the book. And I worked on it a little, and then got completely frustrated and gave up. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to continue to do that. Part of my problem is that I get frustrated when it doesn't come out right, or when it's not perfect, or if I start feeling really self-conscious about what I'm doing. The anxiety, I think, is part of that. So I have tried to figure out, I went from no outlining and pantsing things to over outlining, to trying to find what worked for me, which is loose outlining. I have worked on character sketches. I have worked on several different methods and means to what will work for me, and I'm pretty sure I have found that part of it. And I use Scrivener, which makes it a lot easier, and I also have Notebook, what's called a writing Bible. I am changing that up over the next couple of weeks. It will be completely put together before Camp NaNoWriMo starts. the book that I had, the big book that I had, was just too big to carry around if I was going to do writing anywhere else. And I found a few other things that I thought might work better, and I finally, I think I finally found the perfect thing for that, and had ordered it like the 23rd of January or so, and it should be in very soon. As soon as it comes in, I will be making a video about it and how I put it all together. But so I figured out what works for me. Like, some people learn by reading, writing, and saying, and I am sort of one of those people. So when it comes to writing, I have to read it, I have to write it. I'm a visual person, and it's just what works for me. So but I have let self-doubt eat at me. I have let self-doubt worry me to the point where I just given up, and I gave up on writing altogether for a very long time, and am now back into the writing. And I've noticed that the more I write and the more I participate in things like NaNoWriMo and the writing community and YouTube in general, that the more positive and confident I feel. It's such a positive community. It's really important, I think, if you are doing things that are creative, to find a community, a group of people, whether it's online or in person, with like interests, to help keep you positive and inspired and motivated. And YouTube and NaNoWriMo forums and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, there are a number of writerly things that I participate in or am in, and they have really made a big difference. There are a lot of you out there, and I don't know that you realize that your comments, your suggestions, the things that are going, how much of a difference that has made for me over the past few years, but especially the past year. I have really, things have changed a whole lot for me for the better as far as my writing goes, but especially since, I'd say, November. And part of that has to do with NaNoWriMo and the YouTube and the NaNoWriMo and NaNoWriMo Facebook communities. That's a mouthful, by the way. But if you know of someone, whether it is in person or online, and they are struggling, and just say a kind word. If you have a suggestion, it's kind of like a writer's block thing. I mean, everybody does things differently, so what works for one person with writer's block may not work for another one. Well, it's the same thing with self-doubt, and self-doubt is the enemy of creativity. It really is. I have that quote on my Hobonichi, which is, the cover is a do-it-yourself Hobonichi, but it says, "The worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt, Sylvia Plath." I hope you can see that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great one. I'm done with the videos for today. This one was geared towards Camp NaNoWriMo, and for those of you who aren't sure you want to participate, or if you think you might want to participate but you're kind of on the fence, or if you are participating and, like me, you sometimes have issues with self-doubt. I think it's a wonderful thing that we can talk to each other about those things. And I just really want to say that since I have been participating in the NaNoWriMo vlogs and blogging about NaNoWriMo and the Facebook groups and stuff like that, I have really changed how I look at things, and the positivity and my self-confidence as a writer and stuff like that has grown. So I don't deal with it quite as much as I used to, but I am still dealing with it. It's just not as bad. But if you have suggestions or comments or questions or anything, please feel free to ask. I would love to hear back from some of you. And I hope you have a great one. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.